What's up, guys? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. I am Jess, and today's video is about elevating your mind. I will say one of the biggest reasons I get asked about my weight loss journey is how did I do it? And it's so easy to just respond with a ketogenic lifestyle, intermittent fasting, keto, carnivore, sugar-free, it'd be so much easier to say that. And that's normally what I do say, if they don't know I'm a YouTuber and don't know my story. But I changed the way I'm answering this question because it's how I lost the weight or how I changed my life. So that's going to be a fun topic today. We're going to dive deep. I said a couple videos ago, going forward, I want my channel to be more about elevating your mind and realizing the emotional side of a weight loss journey. But before we get started, I want to say a couple things. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. I am so excited to watch this community on YouTube grow and grow, and we're over the 50,000 subscriber mark, and that is freaking awesome. So thank you for being a part of this community. The second thing, I'm not a medical doctor, not a health coach, I'm just a girl who's lost over 100 pounds, and this is how. This is my story, and that's what my channel talks about. So let's get started. Okay, so elevate your mind, how I changed my life. I made some notes, so that's what I'm looking at. I'm trying to be a little bit more organized now because if you are a follower of me, you know that I'm such a type B personality. We don't do organization. We don't, I struggle with it every day, but I am trying. So now, why did I make this video? Well, when I'm in a funk, when I'm an emotional person, when I'm in that funk, it is very challenging for me to make a good choice when it comes to my eating. And I'm even saying that in a little further, even a good keto choice. Like, I know dairy slows me down. I know too many sweeteners kicks in my cravings, but I still sometimes make bad choices and have too much of those things instead of knowing where I really need to be and, avoiding or playing a balance game with that. So when I'm in a funk in general, it's harder for me to make the right choice. Now, I fight with it every day, and but that getting in the right mindset before you make a decision on what to eat or how you approach your day makes all of the difference. So, and now what do I mean by that? So when I'm in that funk, I had to start digging deep and realizing my own self-worth, because if I am so busy being critical about myself or comparing myself to others, I'm not going to get out of that funk. I'm not going to realize my own self-worth. We're all special, we're all unique, and we're all different, and that is what makes us so awesome. And people, it seems like society has just forgotten about our individual self. Like, we just want to be this herd of cattle of perfection or aspire to be something. And it's like, until you accept that there's no such thing as perfection, and the perfection is actually our own imperfections, then we can move forward. But like, this chase or this comparison game is a toxic game. A lot of the times that I find myself overeating in the past is because I felt bad about myself. A pair of jeans would be too tight for me, and I would just feel bad. And instead of doing something about it, I ate something about it instead. And it's these habits that we create to cope in. So the key and how I changed my body, changed my mindset, I elevated my mind, was by listening to my own thoughts around these times. If we listen to ourselves, we can learn what is driving us to be unhappy, to find areas we can improve on, and it unlocks the secret of how we're going to move forward, how we're going to lose the weight. So by listening and being aware of yourself, you hold your own clues to fix your problem. So I would sit there and I would be like, well, I'm tired. I don't feel good. I don't want to run after my kids at the park. I just want to sit in the bench, or like this, like the thoughts that are happening. Or when I'm stressed out, I'm like, oh, I need chips. I need some cupcakes. Like, why do I need those chips and cupcakes? What's going on right then? Am I stressed? Is it something that I can easily just redirect? Like right then when you're having those moments, what are your thoughts? What's going on? And become self-aware. And then you use those clues to start improving on making better choices, or just being aware to avoid those situations, or have something like a plan of action. So, and then that leads me to the next point. It has to start now. It's not like you have to be a certain weight to have self-love, self-respect, confidence, to be worthy of any of this. You got to start living that life now. If I was 309 pounds, that girl is what got me here. Like that girl, not the girl that you see before me, the girl that was 309 pounds. So by changing the way I talk to myself, knowing what operates, or like just knowing my own clues that I was giving myself, and believing in myself in that moment. It seemed like a monumental task to have 140 pounds sitting in front of you that he had to lose. It seemed almost like, why would you even start? I mean, that's such a humongous goal. So it's not until you get to 205 pounds that you're worth anything. You are worth exactly the same amount at 309 pounds versus 177. Like the only difference is, yeah, you have some extra weight on you, but your actual self-worth isn't any different. It's stop discounting that. You are amazing. And to think that you're worth any less because you have excess weight is unfortunately too common. We have to start changing that. You have to believe in yourself now and feel worthy of that self, because that girl or boy is going to change your life. Like, and it's that girl. It's not the one that's skinny or small, or, it's the one today. The person standing there today is worthy. And then adding on to that, let your past go and keep only the lessons learned. I liked to dwell on my past, and it kind of just kept me in this negative mindset. And like, I gained all this weight, I lost out on life, and I was upset. Yes, it's okay to be upset about that lost time, but I can't beat myself up about it. Like, I had to move on. And then I've got to take those lessons from the last 17 years of my life and use that to move forward into the new, healthier approach to my life. So it's like retraining your mind. It's basically about retraining your mind to operate with positivity and self-awareness, and knowing that if you have lived something and something didn't work for you and you know it, you now know, or you're equipped with that answer to move forward and find something else that does work. Because like, you're giving yourself your own map of success to success. So you've got to start believing in yourself now, and have to let your past go. So, and now the next part, cleanse and detoxify your body. We're creatures of habit. Now you would think that this means I got to go on some cleanse and poop or something. No, it's not what we're talking about. When I say cleanse and detoxify your body, I'm speaking of, we're creatures of habit. The way we eat, the way we talk to ourselves, the way we cope, the way we laugh. Like, everybody always comments about my laugh here on this channel. That's like a creature of habit. Like, I just do that. And it's like, I wasn't even aware that I had a laugh or a giggle until I made this channel. Like, I've done it my whole life. But it's like, what I'm saying is that's a creature of habit. The way we think, the way we approach challenges, we're creatures of habits. And changing those habits is something that is going to be a very conscious effort to do, because it's hard to catch something if you do it, if that's what you do. So the easiest way I found to do this is modifying what we do. When I started my journey, I went balls to the wall and did no sugar. I mean, I just went to keto and added fasting, and I just threw all the darts at the wall. And it was brutal. It was tough. Looking back now, I probably would have just taken it. I mean, I'm shocked. I'm proud of myself. I got through it, and that was a way to do it. And I'm not judging or anything, but I'm saying maybe going forward, if I had the opportunity to do it again, I would have probably eased into it a little bit more and built on some momentum. Like start with no sugar, then cut out no, or I should say start something easy, like cut out the breads, then you cut out the pastas and the rice, and then maybe the next week it's the sugar, and then maybe it's the next week is the processed foods, you know, kind of just eased into it and built on that momentum. But I mean, at the time, I had no clue. So, I mean, it's like, but still, I had to change the habit. And the habit was overeating, not caring about myself, allowing myself to stress eat, not figuring out another way to cope. You know, like those habits are what changed to get me to where I am today. So it's about finding the balance of living without the extremes. So I feel like I was extreme and I just went crazy and I started this. But at the same time, I can see if someone else took that approach, how easy it would be to fail taking that approach. So it's like finding this balance where you are easing into it and building momentum, and then you have confidence, and then you're kind of feeling good, and it's like this thing where you just keep building your momentum, and that rechanges those habits. And the more consistent you are, those habits that you used to do that you want to get rid of get replaced or modified into new, healthier habits. So also adding on to that, when you pay attention to the people that you surround yourself with. We ourselves are the average of what we surround ourselves with. So that means if you've got 10 people that are, I hate to say this word, but Debbie Downers or pessimists maybe is a better word. And then you have 10 people who are optimists or just being positivity. You're only the average of that. So I felt like when I got rid of toxic people in my life and just focused on people with the same goals, optimism, you know, that approach to life, I felt I just went this way. I went up and I felt so good. So I feel like a person that's negative can totally sabotage you. If you're having a weak moment starting at the beginning of this video and you're in a funk, somebody with a horrible attitude is going to just bring you right down. So find people that keep you up and keep you happy and keep you motivated and maybe can even help you when you're in that funk. So make sure you pay attention to the people that you're around. And it is sad as it sounds, you have to cut a lot of negative and pessimistic people who are just not right for you out of your life. And then you replace them with people that are like-minded. And I will tell you this, knowing from experience, this has happened to me in the past year, you won't regret it. And then the next thing I want to say, to add on to those, getting rid of those people with negativity in your life, I felt like we don't give ourselves enough humble brags every day. One thing that I have changed, or what I do, is I make sure I give myself, I mean, sometimes I tell you about it on this channel, but sometimes I will say one brag about myself, one desire that I want to do, and something I'm appreciative for or thankful for. And I feel like though you have to do those three things every day. You have to say one thought in each of those categories every day. So for instance, this morning, you know, I got this top. It was on a large hanger, but I didn't check it. Like the tags that say on the hanger, it's a large. This is actually a medium. I get home, I go to clip the tag off. It's a medium. Like, oh my God, I'm wearing a medium turtleneck with like, whoa. So that was like, go girl. Like I said something nice about myself today. My desire, I want to get to my goal weight of 177 that I learned about yesterday. And one thing that I'm grateful for the support from this community. So I don't think I would have discovered my self-confidence again if I didn't constantly hear from the comments on this channel that I am doing great. You're inspired. You're changing your own life. Like if I didn't hear that, I would not have probably made it this far. It's the only thing I've done differently in my previous attempts of all my million yo-yo diets, But it's those 3 simple things that you have to do every day. And I challenge you to comment below with your 3 things, your humble brag, your desire of what you want, and what you're thankful for today about you. And then this is important. Don't skip this part. Sorry, the trash collection is squeaking outside right now. The next part is reward yourself. So when I say reward yourself, it's not all about taking stuff away. Like you're giving up sugar, you're giving up processed foods, you're giving up the freedom to just eat anywhere. You're giving up dairy. Some are giving up, like all the stuff we love and changing completely over to this lifestyle, living without those things. So you take a lot away when you change your life. So you have to balance the giving with receiving. And if you don't have a balance of giving and receiving, meaning you gave up XYZ and you don't have enough coming in, you're going to feel like you're missing out. So you're going to want to find that balance of giving and receiving. So something as simple as some product maybe you've seen on Facebook that's one of those ads that you just want to get, order it up, as a reward for yourself, your hard work, a random day off from work that was maybe even unplanned, a vacation, retail therapy, go shopping and dress the new body that you're in. Something as simple, those types of things. Notice, say for instance, I've been buying lots of clothes lately. Like I'm on a bathing suit kick off of Amazon because of spring break. I need clothes and, notice how your inner child beams when you get those things. You're like, these jeans fit great. Oh my gosh, the bathing suit actually looks good on me. I'm emerging from winter with a summer body for the first time. You're like, realize how your inner child beams with joy when you reward yourself for your hard work. That's a huge part of this balancing the giving and receiving. And one quick note, I have been using the TEAMI cognac sponge and vitamin serum for like 3 weeks now. I cannot believe how good my skin looks. So that was one of the things. The self-care is one of my rewards. I never used to take self-care days. So my face, my complexion is, I felt like I had such humongous pores and, and boring, like dull skin. Well, now my skin is brighter. My pores are smaller. I feel like my fine lines are just going away. It's like I feel physically beautiful. And it was just something as simple as adding in some exfoliating with the cognac sponge and then putting vitamin C serum on afterwards, and that just is that little bit of self-care that I never used to take the time to do before. So you have to balance the giving and the receiving. And that balance has to be, if it's out of whack, you're going to feel like you're giving too much up. Or it's if sometimes you take too much stuff for granted too. So you have to have a nice balance. And the last thing is adding that giving and receiving thought. You have to learn how to love yourself and be open to accepting compliments and giving compliments If you can't appreciate your own self-worth, how can you give somebody else a compliment and actually mean it? Like, for instance, I'm always somebody that I'm shy. I'm an introvert. I don't like any attention drawn to myself. That's why it's really odd that I have a YouTube channel, because I am an introvert at heart. I mean, until I get to know you, then then I'm my crazy self. But I never wanted to hear a compliment because I would get embarrassed, or I didn't think I was worth it. Or, like even when I first started this channel and I was like, I hope I can get 100 subscribers just so I can like brand my channel. But I didn't think I could even get 100. And now, it took me this whole journey to realize that I'm worthy of compliments. Like, it's okay. I deserve them. And it's that, again, that balance of giving and receiving. I learned how to accept compliments now. And then, because somebody would come up and say, oh, you're looking so good. I'm like, yeah, but I still have 55 pounds to lose. And I'm like, no, I didn't have to say that. Like, I just should say thank you. That makes me feel great. Like, I didn't need to add the tear down. Like, I was worthy of, yeah, I do look great. Thank you. Like that changing the way you just destroy yourself when you're receiving a compliment. Like, no, that's not what they want. They want you to know you look great. Your hard work is noticed. So that's not the time to tear yourself a new one, or not appreciate that. So I had to learn how to accept compliments and feel like I'm worthy of them. In addition, I was never really anybody to go out of my way and say, you look beautiful today. I like your top. I like your hair. Like, I was never one that would issue those compliments because I just so introverted and I'm awkward. I'm socially awkward. I make it a point now, if I see somebody that looks great today, that, or made me feel good, or, like if I see something, I say something now. And I hand out compliments now. And this girl who doesn't like, who's an introvert, finds herself striking up conversations with people. And you know how much that feels good to see your compliment beam joy on their face. Like, it's almost like it's unexpected. And that makes me feel good to say that to them. So it's like everybody's getting a pat on the back, and it's so simple. It sounds so silly, but it's that simple, So learn how to give compliments. And if you see something that maybe, even if it's out of your comfort zone, give as many compliments as you receive. Don't just be a taker. And then one cool song that helped me kind of like drive this point home, because when someone gave me a compliment, I would always, yeah, but. So one song by Justin Timberlake that I really love, and it's called Say Something. And the lyrics in the song are, sometimes the greatest way to say something is to say nothing at all. Like, so basically, if someone says, you look great, believe it. You don't need to say anything bad or like you're not worthy. It's okay to not say anything and just say thank you, or, that it's so cool. So, and that's something that I really had to do. And that's all about changing these habits and modifying them with a new way, and they being consistent. And then you get the new you. And then doing that over a course of a year, all the weight's falling off, and it's like everything's coming together, and you're in such a great place, and it's worth it, and it's worth every minute you fought through it. So elevate your mind. The journey to change your life has such little bit about food and has so much more to do with your thoughts, your habits, your thinking, and it's in your mind. So elevate your mind. So remember, comment below with your humble brag, your desire, and what you're thankful for. And let's start doing this every day and see the changes. So listen to your body, reward yourself. And if you want to save on those cognac sponges by TEAMI, link is down below in the coupon code. But you're onto something great. You just have to take it day by day. And you're going to be there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Jess, and you're watching Keto Rewind. Bye-bye.